Hello, rock and rollers! Elephant! Ha ha! Welcome to the ElectroJet Rock Show. This is show number 18. I'm your host, Jett, coming to you from Las Vegas, and I have with me the professor coming to you from Los Angeles. Hey, professor!
What's up, rockers? Welcome back to our show. Don't forget to subscribe. If you guys are first-time listeners, second-time listeners, third-time listeners, lurkers, whatever, please subscribe to our show.
Yeah, it's great to have some subscribers that keep us going here. We got some from Mexico and South America, and I think maybe one in the East.
Yeah, Canada and all over. They're trickling in, but subscribe to our show. We're just getting off the ground. We appreciate your support.
Okay, yeah, so this one's going to be on Ozzy Osbourne, the first 1, 2, 3, 4 albums. So the 2 Randy albums and the 2 Jake albums. The first album I think's great. The songs on it are great. Stem to stern, the writings on it is great. Bob Daisley's bass playing is phenomenal on it. Ozzy's doubling his vocals. What do you think of it, Professor?
Yeah, first one, Blizzard of Oz, came out in 80. You know, it's got those great songs, I Don't Know and Crazy Train. It's also got Bob Daisley from Rainbow on bass. He helped with a lot of the songwriting. And yeah, it's a great album. Great. In fact, I think it was voted something like 9th greatest heavy metal album of all time by Rolling Stone, something like that. But definitely legendary album.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Then they did the second one, which was Diary of a Madman. What'd you think of that one?
Yeah, also a great album. That one came out in 81, and those are the 2 Randy Rose albums, Blizzard of Oz and Diary of a Madman. You got Over the Mountain, you got Flying High Again, and then you got, contributions. I don't know whether they got actual credits on it, but you had Don Airey from, who was later with Richie and Rainbow and Deep Purple, and Tommy Aldrich, incredible drummer. And
yeah,
Rudy
it's Don Airey. Yeah, it is Don Airey on that one.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. But also a great album. Another Randy Rhoads album. So legendary, songs on that. Iconic songs. What's your feeling on Diary of a Madman?
Yeah, Diary's interesting. They had a little more time maybe to work on it in certain aspects of it, maybe mixing-wise. So, and also it's got the tuned-down guitar thing, like tuned down a half step, which gives it a little more of a sludgier sound on, I'm not sure of all of the tracks, but like Over the Mountain and certain ones like that. I love Flying High Again. You Can't Kill Rock and Roll. That's a masterpiece. It's so beautiful. It's a very melodic song. Love that one. Love Believer. What do you think, Professor?
Yeah, also a great album. Just interesting how these 2 albums came out almost back to back, I guess about a year apart. And then the next 2 albums, came out 2 or 3 years apart. They kind of slowed down in terms of, production output. So I don't know if that was because of, legal, contractual issues, lineup issues, health issues. But these 2 came out pretty quick, and there was momentum, for Ozzy after he left Black Sabbath. It was kind of like, well, what's going to happen with him? And, these 2 albums, gave him a huge boost in popularity. But the next 2 were a little slower, in terms of output, which are Bark at the Moon and Ultimate Sin. Bark at the Moon came out in 83, Ultimate Sin in, I think, 86.
Yeah, both phenomenal albums. I love them both. Jakey Lee took over for Randy on those 2. Wrote all the stuff, pretty much. All the riffs are his. I love the Ultimate Sin album. Very underrated album. It's got some really rockin' tracks on it. So, yeah, it had a pretty big single on it too. Shot in the Dark. That's a good one.
That was Ron Nevison produced that album?
Yeah, Ozzy didn't like the drum sound on that one. It doesn't have the punch of some of the other ones. But yeah, that's the Ron Nevison one. It sounds really, really big. It really rocks. The songs on it are really cool. Yeah, really, I'm a big fan of that one. And, of course, the Bark at the Moon album is just really good song-wise, top to bottom. All the tracks are great on it. So, yeah, you can't go wrong with any of the first 4 Ozzy albums, you rock and roll fans, if you haven't heard them.
Yeah, they were groundbreaking. I mean, a lot of people wrote Ozzy off after he left Black Sabbath. He was just going to fade into obscurity, and, he really proved them wrong. He had a huge solo career starting with those first 4 albums and all the way up till now. He's survived, maybe longer than Black Sabbath has.
Yeah, and I also can't say enough about the band on the first 2. Those are both Bob Daisley on the bass, which is one of the greatest bass players of all time, and Lee Kerslake from Uriah Heep, who's just a phenomenal. He's actually one of the greatest drummers of all time. I had a hard time leaving him off my greatest drummers of all time list, actually. So props to those guys, and also Tommy Aldridge, and I think a lot of Bark at the Moon is Carmine Apiece on that. And he's pretty much of a monster. I've worked with him. I've seen him do sound check. His hands and feet independence is ridiculous. So they had a good guy there. But the songs on both the Jake albums are really good. Can't say enough about the Randy albums.
Yeah, they're legendary. Ozzy was always great at getting great personnel too. He was always, finding great talent, great rookie talent, obscure talent. He was great at that.
Yeah.
So,
let's see. Rookie. Well, I don't know. Yeah, maybe Don Airey was a bit of a rookie. Randy found Rudy, brought Rudy into the band to tour, and they always did want Tommy to play. Tommy Aldridge. Love his drumming. So I guess it's about time to sign off. Don't forget to like and subscribe, kids. And I'm Jett with the Professor, signing off with the ElectroJet Rock Show. Rock and roll!